and welcome back to another video. Patch 7.2 really is stuffed full of mount content. Much of the coverage has understandably went to the very cool indeed class mounts that are being added in this patch, but there's actually quite a lot of other really cool stuff on offer. Now, I've actually tried something a bit different with how I've put this video together. I spent like, I don't know, 20 hours perhaps in After Effects and Element 3D to do this sort of cool fancy 3D shit, so hopefully you like that, but let's just get right into the video and start off with the really cool new Worm Serpent mounts. They're pretty darn spooky looking fellows. So the Abyss Worm is one really nasty, really cool looking piece of work. It's a mixture seemingly of an eel and then a serpent of sorts, and I think it's one of the most unique looking mounts to actually be added in this patch. Overall, very awesome. Now, it drops from one of the Naga bosses in the Tomb of Sagaris raid. Unfortunately, I've got no information about the drop rates or the difficulty modes to actually get that mount, but overall, very cool looking indeed. We then have a reskin of that mount, which is called the Riddler's Mindworm. Really lovely name. So it's reportedly, well, according to the game anyway, it drops from the Gift of the Mind Seekers. I've got no idea what that is, and I haven't seen any solid confirmation of what it is online either, so I don't know, perhaps it's some sort of secret that we will uncover, like with Kosunoth. I did find a red and black version of this in the game files when I was looking through in the model viewer, and it looks stunning. Though unfortunately it's, well, not in the game files as a mount currently, so it doesn't look like we'll be able to get the red and black version, but certainly the Abyss Worm and the Mind Riddler are two that are going to be there in this patch. Okay, let's jump right into the 5 new Emissary Rat Mounts. And these do kind of need a little bit of an explanation. These come from the new Paragon reputation system, in which you will have an endlessly refillable reputation bar for each faction, and basically every time you fill up that reputation bar, you will earn a loot box of sorts. So, first up, we have the Storm Drake. This comes from the Valajar one, and yeah, we can finally earn a damn Storm Drake outside of PvP, which is something I'm very happy about indeed. It has been very interesting to see the, I think, many different types of dragons the Blizzard have cooked up over the years, and, you know, while preferences, of course, may vary, I think that Legion Storm Drakes are perhaps some of the more unique and cool, interesting looking dragons that they've put into the game. I would not be surprised to see Stormheim being just full of people trying to grind out the reputations so that they can get this mount in the weeks after the patch actually launches. Next, earning the Rat loot crates with the High Mountain Tribe comes with a chance of giving you a Moose mount. Yes, another moose. The High Mountain Elderhorn is basically just a plain moose with a saddle thrown on top of it. Not the most exciting thing ever, but I think it's certainly nice to have the choice between having, you know, a really crazy MLG, you know, shiny mount with armor and bling, and, you know, just having one that looks like a thing with a saddle thrown on it that's kind of vaguely realistic or whatever. So yeah, definitely glad to see that. And speaking of mounts like that, Val'Sharah rep boxes have a chance to drop the Wild Dream Runner. Like with the Storm Drake, this is the first time you'll be able to get one of those mounts outside of PvP, and moreover, it's an unarmored version with no crazy bling on it. I really like that. I do like simple mounts. It does have a few highlights on it, which I think are very nice indeed. Now, I'm going to assume that this and the Elderhorn are ground-only mounts, though the in-game model for this, you know, it does have a kind of magic-ish effect around its feet, so maybe it can fly. Who knows? Generally, sparkly feet in Blizzard language means that it can fly. Okay, after that, we've got the Cloudwing Hippogriff. I love the new Hippogriff models in Legion. I think they're pretty damn awesome. The difference really from the old one to the new one is akin to, say, the new Dwarf Male model versus the older one, which, well, was just completely coked up beyond belief. Now, I particularly love how they've approached the feathers and just the art style of that. They feel kind of really chunky and stylized, which is cool. Maybe they don't look the most like feathers or whatever, but whatever, I think they look kind of iconic. I quite like the face in this guy as well. I'm pretty sure this one is just a recolor though, but of course more options are indeed nice. And then, moving on to Suramar, we've got something for the carpet enthusiasts, because yeah, carpet, you know, all 7 of you guys who love carpets, oh, you're going to be sorted here. So yes, after months of risking life and limb, the Nightborn are finally going to have a small chance are throwing you just one of their spare rugs to zip around the world on. I honestly have no more words for this mount. I'm just not that much into flying carpets, but if you love flying carpets, then yeah, you know, I'm sure this is going to be pretty damn cool. You know, set your alarm clocks for 7.2. And that's basically it for the new emissary mounts that are being added in this patch. Okay, time to talk about PvP. Let's start with the amazing looking warbears. There are two, one for the Alliance and one for the Horde. Basically, you're looking at a kind of updated version of the Wrath Bears, probably just using the new Legion bear models. They're clad in faction-themed armor, which, you know, again, I think is pretty awesome. They look really vicious and imposing, which is certainly perfect for something that is, you know, going to be a PvP reward. The amount of intricate detail in these PvP mounts is something that's always impressive to me. You know, we've seen it, say, they're like Nightsaber and stuff like that. So it's nice to see that brilliant work continuing with these warbears. Now, for the Alliance players, you are getting something kind of unique. We've got the Vicious Lion. Much like with the bears, you know, it's a lion, but it's geared up with loads of, you know, spiky, painful-looking things. It's like the artist just had a toy chest full of painful shit and just threw it on top of a lion. I think it's a fantastic-looking mount, though, overall. I do have one kind of criticism. Its color palette is just too muted for my liking. I would like, you know, just to be a little bit more kind of saturated. Maybe those green accents could be blue to complement the Alliance theme a little bit better, but overall a very good mount. And the Horde equivalent is a big, like, Kor'kron Scorpion. Like with all of the World of Warcraft Scorpion mounts, you know, again, I think it looks absolutely brilliant. And then to round off the PvP section, we have the Horde and Alliance Vicious War Turtles. Man, like, this thing looks like a complete tank. I've got to imagine it's going to look a bit ridiculous running around, you know, at full speed, keeping up with horses and dragons and cats, you know, the sort of stuff most of us are running around with. Kind of like how the boars back in Warlords of Draenor looked like they were on some form of steroids. I mean, just look how quickly their feet seem to, like, fly about the place. Anyway, both of these mounts, I think, are pretty darn awesome. I love the detailing overall, especially with their claws, though, frankly, if a turtle manages to stand on two legs and, like, slash you in the face, I don't know, maybe like a Darwin Award should be sent to your next of kin because, well, you kind of deserve it. But anyway, it's a very cool set of mounts for the PvP players, and I'm definitely happy to see that they keep on adding these. We then do have a bit of a wild card. We don't know where this comes from. It's likely the Darkmoon Fair or Engineering, but the Zeppelin mount, it's basically just like a miniature one-person Zeppelin thing that you can ride around on. I think it looks pretty damn cool. I've got to wonder what sort of gas is in that balloon because the physics there sure as hell isn't working out. But anyway, jokes aside, it's lovely to see a, you know, a really crisp sort of high-res Zeppelin mount that's, you know, cramped with lots of really nice details, got a pretty cool looking cockpit and all that stuff. Overall, a big thumbs up for that one. We just need to wait and see how we actually get it. Okay, time for class mounts. These just aren't the focus of this video. They've been out for months pretty much. My opinions haven't really changed since the initial BlizzCon preview. Now, there have been a few updates. Some mounts have additional skins, while others such as the DH one don't. Some mounts like the Shaman and the Priest one will change their skin based on your spec, while others like the Hunter mount will have unlockable skins which can be purchased for Order Hall resources after you have unlocked the final Concordance of Legionfall trait on your artifact weapon. As I said, my opinion in these has not changed since seeing them initially in that kind of BlizzCon trailer that Blizzard did, so I'm just going to roll some WoW like soundtrack stuff here and sign off. So feel free to just keep on watching the rest, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.